I think the last person you would expect me to have on a radio show is someone with a speech impediment. But my belief that he is so inspiring, his story is so inspiring, his book is, and his lectures are, override that particular concern, which obviously one should have on a radio show. I mean, we have had great authors because they have had heavy foreign accents I couldn't keep on. People who were brilliant that I was aching to have on the radio, so one has to be obviously very conscious of the medium. I'm speaking to Sourena Vasseghi, and he wrote a book which won a national award from Business Publishers, and it's called Love Your Life and It Will Love You Back. And Rich Finley works with him and is his chief communications officer. As he's the one without the speech impediment. Is that a fair way to put it?
Well, it depends on what time of day it is.
All right, all right. Well, at this time of day, you don't sound. Born with severe cerebral palsy and in a wheelchair, and Sourena Vasseghi decided, you said off the air, you decided you would not be a victim. Is that right?
Yeah. I feel that every time I blame my handicap.
I feel that every time I blame my handicap,
I lose control.
I lose control.
And I went through a very dark period.
I went through a very dark period.
In
98?
Where every day I was just crying and feel sorry for myself.
Every day you'd be crying and feel sorry for yourself. You know, you catch on after very, very shortly. Yeah. Isn't that, I just did. Anyway, I'm not saying for every sentence, but certainly that can you get that quote down? What if you feel sorry for yourself, you lose control? Is that what you said? Or if you feel, oh no, I won't let my handicaps.
Right. When I blame my handicap, I lose control.
I want that line.
And the great.
This is key. This is why I so hate the victimhood status that groups take on in America and individuals take on. You lose control of your life, and then you become bitter. It is the worst way to perceive one's life.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I've been there a lot.
And what's that, Sourena? I'm sorry.
I've been there a lot.
Oh, and I've been there a lot.
I can't say that. I said, you don't ever stop it when you don't ever fully stop it.
Even though you stop feeling that way, you don't ever fully stop it?
Yeah, you feel that, and then you go, wait a minute, I can't live like this anymore.
You go, wait a minute, I can't live like this anymore.
And then you go, and then you ask yourself, okay, what can I do?
And you ask yourself, okay, what can I do
to make it better?
To make it better. Yeah, and that's one of the things that's been really great for me working with Sourena is, you know, Sourena isn't like a typical speaker, obviously, or an author. He's not a rah-rah kind of guy. He's not somebody who's ordinary trying to do something extraordinary. He's actually somebody who's extraordinary and has an extraordinary spirit who's just trying to be ordinary. He's trying to, contribute to the world.
You are. That's why we're having you on. I want people to know how to get in touch with you. Do you have a website? What do you have?
Absolutely. We have a website. It's at www.loveyourlifebook.com. Loveyourlifebook.com. Yes, and our book is available there, and you can find out some information about Sourena. You can actually see us speak. We gave a speech to the USC football team that's there.
I would like, in particular, high school kids to meet Sourena. I would like them to meet, because there's so much pity, their angst of life, or they're angry at their parents, or they don't like the way they look or something, and then it helps put life in perspective. As, oh really, you think you've had obstacles? Well, let me tell you a little about obstacles, and look how much I love life.
And we've done that. We've been to schools, and it's wonderful to see their reaction. The interesting thing is, the younger the audience is, just the more open and honest their questions are. And it's just the longer you get along with people, they get more uncomfortable asking questions.
And then the message is not, I'm handicapped.
And the message is not, I'm handicapped.
I can do this.
No, not at all. That's the point.
Yeah, but
right.
his main thing isn't if I can do it, you can do it.
All righty. Anyway, listen, I bless you both. Thank you for coming. And, folks, it's all up at PragerRadio.com. And, yes, love your life, and it will love you back. Thank you both. Well, I was inspired, I'll tell you that, folks. And that's why I violated every rule of radio to do that, because obviously it's not easy to witness. In fact, it's almost impossible, at least at the beginning, to understand what a person with severe cerebral palsy is saying. So, of course, he had his sidekick with him. But this man is an inspiration. And I think every teen should hear him. Every teen. Everybody who's engaged in self-pity should meet this man and have his message. And I'll tell you what I like. He doesn't live in some denial of his condition. It was clear. Spoke about how exactly 10 years ago in 1998 he just cried every day. He's real. Didn't say this is a gift from God. I'm not saying that someone shouldn't, whoever believes that, and I'm a deep believer in God, but he doesn't believe it, but he has it. And your question in life, that's why Viktor Frankl's book changed my life. It's on, do we have the books that changed my life at PragerRadio.com? Under FAQ, frequently asked questions, all right? Please know that, folks. They're very carefully chosen because they really did change my life. Viktor Frankl, F-A-R-K-L, is his book in high school changed my life. Man's Search for Meaning. This is what you're given. What are you going to do with it? That's the question every one of us has to deal with in order to navigate life correctly. Not forget even correctly. With any joy of life. This is what you're given. If you can't change it, what will you do with it? Now, there are things you can change, obviously. All right, that's why I had him on, and I hope that people will bring him to speak and read his book, Love Your Life, and it will love you back. 1-8-PRAGER-776. It's, all right. I'll leave it at that. But it goes to the heart of why I believe I have the gift of having a radio show, is to bring people like that to your attention.